started working at 19. I've done the same job, real estate, for 25 years. Sometimes when people look at my age, they tend to see a young man. But the only part they miss out is when I started working. 25 years is a long time. The piece of land I bought 20 years ago, even if I bought it 3 million, it has to be worth hundreds of millions right now. People are like water. Water, you don't need to force it. It is powerful, but the moment you bring the trench, it will just follow. But try to stop it, then you'll see. I built my first house at 21. After 2 years, I already had rental homes. 21 in Kulambiro. I started with 6, then I added 2. You see, I'm a workaholic, but I always take time to pause.
It's the house that you've probably seen on social media, and today we are here at the country home of Hajji Yassin Bakaluba. A beautiful house. It's so serene out here, and he's been gracious enough to share with us the journey of putting together this house. And even before he put up the house, he had a bigger dream. This is only the third of the houses that he's put together. But even then, his own houses. But his dream stretches back about 25 years. At 21 years, he was already constructing, taking on from the mentorship and observations from his father, who was also into the construction business. He went for Cheyo in UK as a security guard. Financial discipline played a role in getting him where we now celebrate him as one of the real estate entrepreneurs whose story now comes to inspire others. He does not regret being on social media or being in your eyes, because he says others are playing it the traditional way. For him, he likes to be in your face. In the long term, he's been to the exposed world, and he thinks that this is the way to market yourself. It is him being him, and like you will hear in his story, he is living his life. He's living in the moment, and he has no regrets about that. Yes, Hajji, to a stranger, who is Hajji Yassin Bakaluba?
Hajji Yassin Bakaluba is simply known for the moment as the CEO, Bakaluba Property Services, a construction company in Uganda. I prefer to be referred to as a life coach rather than a motivational speaker.
Why do you want to be referred to that?
I do personal coaching, which in developed countries could be referred to as motivational speaking. But here, the way people tend to look at motivational speaking, I think it is kind of degrading. I don't want to be under that.
We are here at your home. What was the journey of you putting together this home?
It has been a dream I've held for over 10 years now. But you know, dreams are not built within a day. All right, I had to collect the funds in the first place, but I always had it at the back of my mind. This is actually my third home. Yeah, I started construction 25 years ago. I've been in real estate for a long time, but you know, in any field you're in, you always strive to bring out the better. Today, I'm good. Tomorrow, I have to be better. And as I go around in the business, I think I fail to get the clients who can bring out what I have in my own mind. I say to myself, if I get the resources, I'll do it myself. And it helps branding me as well.
Sure.
All right? It's a dream. It's a dream. As you walked in, I think you saw it as well. It is a dream. Isn't it?
What was your dream home at the point you conceived the idea of putting together a home?
It was just a normal home. Actually, earlier on, I thought of a 3-bedroom the house. It was my dream like any other Ugandan. And when I went to the UK, I looked at beauty. Like beauty in the sense of beauty. I've seen it, and every time I could come back here, what I was seeing is not what I wanted. Still, the dream remained the same, simple house. 2012, when it came to constructing, still I could not go for something basic. And I'm talking about 14 years ago. I built a home which I was, hey, this is the best. 2018, I completed it, I occupied it. Business flourished. Other dreams came in. Now, I forgot about the first house, which you were asking me, what was the picture like? Now, that picture was cancelled. I went for something better, which I finished in 2022. That house went on social media as well. It trended. It was a very beautiful product. I don't think you have seen it. You guys like you must have just started following me, but I've been around for like 5 years. And I was satisfied with that home. I was. And then I started watching movies. And then I remembered something I dreamt about 10 years ago. That house which you look at, the gates are swinging. It is from a distance, and you just go through that drive. Old money. You park the car, the fountains are there. And I did my due diligence. I looked at it and I said, I think I can do it. Now I know how to jump around with the numbers. I'm not delusional when it comes to construction. Now I can look at a project and know exactly how much it's going to cost me. I said to myself, I can challenge myself and put up this product within 8 months. I said, let me go for it. And to many surprise, I did it within 6 months.
How were you able to accomplish a project in 6 months?
I think it's experience. I've got the team. You know, I'm a CEO of a construction company. So if you work at the butcher and you cannot eat meat at your home, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. I have the team. I have the boys. Actually, most of the big projects we have taken on, I don't think there's any project we have worked on and exceeded 8 months. Unless the funds are not around. But if the availability of funds is healthy, we do it. 8 months. So what about this bungalow? 6 months is just enough. And that's Bakaluba for you.
Describe to us this home and what you put into it.
This home is a 5-bedroomed. It has got 2 sitting rooms. It has got a dining. It has got a prayer area. I think we have 7 bathrooms inside. And on the other side, we have what they call a Ugandan kitchen. Because you know, we like the matoke. We want to eat it not from the cooker, but from the charcoal stove. It's on the other side as well. And then at the back, I have staff quarters. Basically, that is it. As you know, it's a retirement home. When you go in there, it is fully retirement. The colors, the lights, the ceilings, it's just relaxing. And I'm so fascinated when it comes to white color, but I looked at white color as something which shouts a lot. I don't want to be in a place where I cannot relax. So I changed to another color, which comes down the brain. When you come in here, it is relaxing. You're asking me about the features of the house. I cannot explain it, but I can explain the tranquility of the whole area.
So many bedrooms. Is it something that would cater to your family? Is it a home where you want to welcome family, friends? How do you want to purpose your kind of retirement home?
I look at this house as a general house for the family. All right, I'm a polygamous man. All right, I've got 2 families, and I'm happy with that. Those homes belongs to the occupants over there. When you come in here, this is a no man's land. All right.
Explain to us.
This is where we converge as one family. All right, and it is my burial site as well. All right, yeah, I have already gotten my spot, the other side. So this is the home I want to be remembered. You come in here, you see Hajji Bakaluba. This is Hajji Bakaluba. Then my brothers, sisters, they can all converge into this home. They have a say. But in other homes, no way. No way.
Your story tells of a real estate man who did his time in the UK. What are those lessons you picked from there, and what lessons can you share with us from the real estate sector in Uganda?
Real estate in Uganda is still profitable. We're profitable, but I think the guys who are doing it here are not creative enough at the moment, and my productivity and creativity has helped me to make the breakthrough. When I make something, I think there's something I always put up which comes out to be a bit unique and attractive. But to the guys over here, once it can make money, that is it. There's no thinking outside the box. And I dedicate that to the fact that I went to the UK. 19 years, I went around. I worked as a security guard, you know that. And I've been in many beautiful buildings. I've seen it. I remember I worked in a place called Canal Wharf. The buildings in Canal Wharf is all full of marbles. They are like Arab buildings. You know, Arabs are the best when it comes to construction. You go into a structure and look at it, and you realize that in Uganda you have nothing. Totally nothing. You haven't even started constructing. The workmanship is top-notch. I used to look at all those structures in Canary Wharf, and every time I come in here, I saw that we were way behind. I was constructing, going back to, and at the same time going back to do my security job. But even during those days, the kind of structures I put up, with the little money I had, they were good. Now, what about now, when I have something in the account? It has too much. So I don't want to talk about London as security guard times. I want to talk about London as my going to school days. I was seeing beauty, I was seeing creativity, I was seeing advancement. That's why my formula of operation in Uganda is slightly different from other developers. I'm the only developer you see on social media. Some of them are purely African. They do their things proper Chiganda way. Now I'm doing my own things, purely English. You do it, you put it social media, the way you do it, you know. I think that's how you have managed to spot me as well, isn't it? Why are you smiling?
So talk to us about your financial discipline, because when you look at a mega facility like this, it takes a lot of resources to put together. What is your financial mantra, discipline, and ethic?
Now, I'm a 44-year-old guy. I started working at 19. I've done the same job, real estate, for 25 years. Sometimes when people look at my age, they tend to see a young man. But the only part they miss out is when I started working. 25 years is a long time. The piece of land I bought 20 years ago, even if I bought it 3 million, it has to be worth hundreds of millions right now. So much as I was so disciplined when it came to collecting money, it has still taken me a lot of time for the value to come out. So literally, it's not only about discipline, but about patience. I was doing an interview with the Kenyan lady here, and she asked me the same thing as well. And I told her that maybe I was lucky enough that I did a job which didn't require me to be serving all the time, and it required me to be in one spot for a long time, and that was security guarding. Over the night, you have 12 hours. And being lucky enough, at the same time, I landed on a certain book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I fell in love with the book. I read all the parts written by Robert Kiyosaki, and I got the discipline straight away. I was able to differentiate between liability and asset. And that is the attitude you have to use every time you go into real estate. Now, this is a liability, but it has taken me 25 years to have such a liability. There are people who have gotten the money, but they misuse the money right at the beginning to have a liability. This one doesn't scratch anything at the moment, because I've managed to build something solid over the 25 years. So, yeah, the discipline is there, the consistency is there, but how many people have gotten it here in Uganda? Delayed gratification. There are certain things I can't teach in a few minutes, and those are the vitals. Patience. But you cannot be patient when you don't know the end result. People want to know how it's going to end. And even if they know how it's going to end, how many people can be patient enough? When people see this, they'll be like, how did you manage to come up with all this kind of money? It has taken me 25 years. It's a bamboo story. You will look after bamboo for 6 years. There will be nothing at the top, but the roots will be going down to make it firm. All right? And when it shoots up, it takes only 6 months to go to that height you see. You need to read about the bamboo story, and that is the success story, like mine.
Part of your story is anchored by your father, who was also in the real estate.
Yes, yeah.
How important was that formative mentorship observation that you had?
Of course, you need to understand that we are the environment we live in. We affect and we are affected by the people around us and the environment. So I would love to say that my father corrupted me positively. The mindset is good. I've seen people who have gone through the same story like mine, and I admire their results. I know my father's story, and I wanted his story to be exactly like mine. All right? This is a guy who worked for like 10 years of his life. He used to go to Congo. By then it was called Zaire. He came in here, he entered the real estate, he bought lots of land. By the time my dad checked out, we have 2.5 acres of land in Ntinda. But only that area, he left 115 houses. And all of my adult life, I never saw the guy go to work. Never. He was simply a landlord. He collects, he builds. He collects. In a year, he could build like 10 houses. And that was him. So I wanted to do exactly that. So with the little I had, I followed the same formula. Because I've seen the results, it was easy for me. Now, to tell someone that you can do the same business and you need a lot of time, 10 years, along the way they give up. Because how can you trust something you have never seen? It is so difficult. And here in Africa, come on, we only believe what we have seen. You get it? That is why even the bird here keeps on repeating itself. It is history. What we know is what we keep on doing. So with my dad, I knew the goodness in real estate, and I believed in it. And I know that time is very essential when it comes to real estate. Like this place here, considering the amount of money I've invested in here.
About how much?
I won't say. I'll keep it to myself. For a layman's brain, they'll be asking, why would a man, an intelligent man, spend all of that money and put it over there? But in wealth, you don't work in months or 1 or 2 years. You work in 10-year bits. I want you to come back here after 10 years. Then I'll be that clever guy. You remember Bobby Wine? He went to Magere, that was 2006. And I remember he had a row with someone who kept on telling him that for him he sleeps in the city and that small piece of land can buy the entire thing he had. Now go to Magere and try to get Bobby Wine's land. You'll be talking about billions. And that is 10 years. So I'm looking to 10 years bits here. I have 10 acres here. If by the time you come back here in 10 years, you will be the ones praising, this guy is rich. Oh, how did he get this land? And I'll tell you the amount I bought. And then you start asking yourself, why didn't you tell us? We could have bought also. And then even by then, I'll tell your story. Go to Ndese somewhere and buy there. And you still say it is far. And there will be those clever ones who will go to Ndese and they will buy. After 10 years, which is now 20, you'll be asking, even by then you'll be a grand, and then your grandchildren will be looking at you as a flop. I remember there's a picture I saw of a man who was seated on a bike. I think it was taken in the 60s or early 70s, and they were saying, this is your grandfather. Those days when they were telling him to buy a plot in Chaliwajala, and he said that is far. So he preferred to buy a border board and show off. And time has now passed. To buy a piece of land there, it is almost impossible to someone who's holding just a mere job. So it's better to do it earlier. So to me, I'm thinking 10 years, in bits of 10 years. Here you come and you say, this guy was visionary.
What's the value of land here at the moment?
At the moment, an acre goes for 120. 120 you can get, yeah. I tell you, you're not going to buy it here. You guys want Chanja, Chireka, around those areas. Easy to commute.
Okay, tell us the name of the village and the character of the place.
This place in particular is called Kalagala Dundu. When you go down there, I border with KCCA. That's why you don't see many houses around here. I think KCCA owns like 150 acres of land around here. That's why you don't see too much development around this area. That is the area they wanted to form into a dumping site. Remember when they had the incident at Chitezi, it was supposed to be this area, but the residents said no. It's a beautiful place. Actually, myself, I like greenery. I like clean places. That's why I chose this particular place. It is beautiful, it's nice, and many people haven't spotted it. I've been on social media teaching people about dispersing, decongesting the cities. But the mentality is still so hard to break. 2 weeks ago, I was in Ghana. I have some projects over there. Ugandans, I don't know. I think those in power need to make lessons, to teach people, to make beautiful roads, to make it accessible. It should be the only way out. When you go to Kampala, there was something I was telling people. There's a time it was rumored that I wanted to stand for mayorship. And I told them I cannot stand for mayorship. Ask me why. I said, telling people that I'm going to revamp, I'm going to clean up the city is a lie. I said, why, if they give you the resources, why can't you do it? I said, it is impossible. You can only tell people maybe you are going to clean the city, but you cannot beautify this city. The way it was planned for like 250,000 people. When you look at the size of the roads, the size of it, it shouldn't be holding such a population. Uganda, I think, is 240 square miles, and the Kampala only is 1.9. 1.9 plus the water. Now, the population of Uganda is almost 50 million. And during the day, almost 5 million people converge into Kampala. That is almost 10%. I don't know whether you're getting what is, but the coverage of Kampala is like 0.09 compared to the entire country. And you have the population 10% in one place. So what are you going to do with that? The roads are this small. So I come up with beautiful ideas. I'm going to bring the road curbs. Before you know it, in the evening, there's a lot of traffic. What is the border guy going to do? He's going to hit the curb. He does it tomorrow. What do you expect after 10 months? How is that road going to be looking? And you are expecting the results of Dubai in Kampala. Good leaders should start looking at such places. How can we attract people? How can we decongest? What do we need to do to attract people? Because people are like water. Water, you don't need to force it. It is powerful, but the moment you bring the trench, it will just follow. But try to stop it, then you'll see. They will just follow. You don't need to force them out. You make the situation conducive for them, and they will just automatically obey and leave and come to places like here. Now, here I've constructed this building. The neighbors were selling and they had to stop because now they have to reconsider the value. Now just imagine if we had 10 people with the same mentality around this area, the kind of attraction we would make. But who's going to tell them everyone wants to go in the city? In the city. Those places are not developed. What develops places? It is people. How do you get people? Entice them to come around. Simple. But those ideas we need to share, but we need to be given the power. We need to be given the respect and the platform. Because whatever you say, they will be asking who's talking. Where is he coming from? What is his level of education? What does he do? The corporates will now start writing. Don't take me in that clutter.
What is on your wish list?
Peace. Peace of mind. Health and peace of mind. 2, just enough. There's nothing I'm vying for anymore. Mental health is something people don't treasure, but I know it. You can have everything, but if you don't have your health and you don't have peace of mind, you're just wasting your time. That's why I prefer to come here, retreat. And I prefer not to have a lot of people because I want to stay within my energy, because I work on it. Peace of mind.
Is there someone that you're mentoring at this point in your career?
Yeah, actually, I have what they call Bakaluba Auditorium at Bakaluba Mall. I have events over there randomly. I think I can make like 6 in a year. People come in there and I accommodate like 75 people per session. And I take them through mentorship. You have only just discovered about me, but I have a very conducive place where I mentor people about life. Not only about a real estate, but life in general. Because you cannot earn this with a broken home. If you don't have peace of mind, you cannot do business. So with me, I study life. I'm a student of life. I prefer to have conversations about life. The moment you understand life, everything is okay. Psych.
What's life to you?
To me, life is just being present. Just being present in that given moment. You see, I'm a workaholic, but I always take time to pause. Not to forget about life. Do simple things. Just look at the flowers. Be home with my kids and play around and joke around. Just to see movies where we have those small talks is what I go with. I've seen my own age mates die. I'm a Muslim guy. I've gone under in the grave and I've placed there 3 people. I've seen it with my eyes. They go with only 3 pieces of clothes, and whatever they have worked for, they leave behind. How they treated themselves is what they go with. That's the moment you face alone. So I want to check out, and by the time I check out, I feel like I've been myself. That's why I've met a lot of people on social media. They have told me, rich people don't do that, rich people don't go in media, rich people don't do interviews, they don't do this and that. Whoever knows, they are them. I'm myself. I do what I want. When I was still poor, you didn't give me the advice. Then where do you get the grounds to advise me right now? It's my life. I think that answers you. I do what I want. And for as long as I can be where I want, anytime I want, that is it. Life is about freedom. You found me rushing to go anywhere. I didn't have to consult anywhere to stop. I stopped and I made the decision. That's what life is. When I'm late where I'm going to go, still that's me. No one is going to hold me accountable. That's life to me. It's not what I have in the account. No, it's just doing what I want. That's the main thing. I don't know where I'm going to be in the next 3-4 hours, but I decide according to how I feel. It's the main thing. It's the main thing. That is the definition of my life.
If you had the chance to talk to this young man here, who's 21 years, I think, what advice would you give them?
It's never too early to do the right thing. It's never too early. And that is the mistake this generation is making. I'll do it. I'll do it. I told you I started working at the age of 19. I built my first house at 21. After 2 years, I already had rental homes. 21 in Kulambiro. I started with 6, then I added 2. In that one compound, I had 8. By the age of 21, okay, I went for my Hajji to be Hajj at 22. My own money. You see that? Hijja. I had my first daughter when I was 21. I'm 44 now. She's 23. 4 of them, they're at university in the UK. At my age, I still have my age mates who are looking for women to marry. I'm soon sending off my daughter. You do things at the right time. The mistakes people make is doing things when they are expected of them. You always have to be to do things before people expect you to do them. The way I run my business, I look at how that business has to be run in 5 years. You predict how it's going to be done in 5 years, and you make sure you apply it right now. Today, people are still going in offices to look for clients. I don't go into offices. I go on social media. By the time they will realize that it was better to do it on social media, everyone will be in the market, and it will be so hard to penetrate. And that is what Africans do. Whatever is new to them, they alienate it. By the time they realize making a breakthrough is hard, do you get my point? The only trend they move with is the bad side of it. hope you get that point. It's never too late to do the right thing. I always want to do something and people will be like, oh, he has done it at a very young age. Then you know that you are not late. Otherwise, if you do everything late, you will be in a panic. And there's a lot which goes with it. It's already at heart. You are driving a bad car. You go at your in-laws, they're already looking at you like nothing. You buy a car not because you want it, but you want to keep up. And you want to keep up because that's what they're expecting of you. You make a mistake. That money is the same money you could have used to buy a plot. So you cannot do anything because you are always trying to catch up. And that is the mentality here. Ugandans, we never lead. To have good music, we have to be fighting Congolese. Big, good buildings, we have to be following Nigerians. We never set the trend. Do you get it? When I released this house, I think I've gotten like 3 Nigerians. I've got 1 from Guinea-Bissau. I've got two from Kenya. You see that lady? She flew in yesterday from Kenya just to come and record this house because the house is trending in Kenya. So which other Ugandan apart from Miss Chiguna has set the trend? Do you want to be a leader or you want to be a follower? The choice is yours. I want to lead.
You want to follow?
This is the trend I'm telling you about. I think many guys in real estate, the way they are doing TV units is the basic. Now you go in any production by Hajji Bakaluba, it has to be different. It is a creativity. I told you I'm leading, I'm not following. All right? You take them around, you show them the high ceilings, you come in here. I think from the other side, when people are driving in, they might even think that it's a double-storied building. It's down. It's down. Now, this side, this is the dining. That's where you freshen up before eating. And this is the kitchen. I wanted to leave it as mature as I could because I'm preparing for old age. And inside here is where I'll be putting my posho, my matoke, all inside here before cooking. Then we rush this side here. This is my prayer area. As you look at it, it's the prayer room. You can see the significance there. The other side, that's where we're going to be putting the Quran. And before that, you know, Muslims, before prayer, they have to freshen up. This is the area of freshening up. Proper Arabic way. All right? Ladies, this side, and gents, this side. Afterwards, we'll run this way. We run this way. I could have made the colors here white, but I didn't want the color white because I want to relax. That side is another wing. Is another wing, but I'll just take you quickly where we can access at the moment. Visitor's bathroom. From the sitting room, you don't have to go to the mosque side. You just go in there. Here we have, I think, at least 2 rooms here, each one in suite. Everything is inside here. There you go. Come on, you have to check out this. You have to check this out, the quality. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Huh? First class, first class. Another room around here. Each one has got its own bathroom. You can see the size of the wardrobes. Okay, they come this way. Here, this was supposed to be another sitting room, but we are going to convert it into a gym. All right? We need to work out. And this side here is going to be our museum. Put all the the pictures this side, and it's going to be a small library. Here, I'm sorry, the key is not available. We go to the master room. Okay? You have missed out on that. And from here, after working out, come here and relax. Look at the view. Just simple and plain.